In our hyper-connected world, where the hum of technology and the constant buzz of social media shape our lives, silence often seems like a distant, unreachable concept. We live in an age where noise is constant. The clattering of keyboards, the chatter of conversations, and the ever-present hum of devices. Yet, Zen, a spiritual tradition that has flourished for centuries, places great value on silence, not just as an absence of sound, but as a profound method for cultivating awareness and insight into the very nature of reality. For Zen practitioners, silence isn't merely something we experience in the quiet moments of life. It is a state of being that invites deep reflection, understanding, and a direct encounter with the world as it truly is. In this essay, we will explore how Zen views silence, its role in developing mindfulness and insight, and how we can apply these principles in our everyday lives to cultivate a deeper sense of presence and awareness. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey, a space dedicated to exploring the deeper, often overlooked aspects of life. Whether you're seeking to understand more about mindfulness, the philosophy of Zen, or how to integrate spiritual practices into modern living, you're in the right place. Here, we'll delve into the heart of what it means to live mindfully and embrace the subtle beauty of everyday moments. The journey we embark on together is one of self-discovery, insight, and a greater understanding of the world around us. We invite you to subscribe and join our community as we unfold the mysteries of life, one mindful step at a time. To understand the Zen concept of silence, we must first explore how silence functions not just as an absence of sound, but as a fertile ground for awakening. In Zen Buddhism, silence is not merely about reducing noise, but about creating the conditions for stillness, reflection, and clarity. Silence, in the Zen sense, holds a much deeper meaning than the absence of verbal communication or external sound. It is a dynamic, active silence that requires us to listen not just with our ears, but with our entire being. Through this kind of silence, we open ourselves to the present moment and allow for a direct, unfiltered experience of reality. In the Zen tradition, silence is deeply connected to the practice of meditation, zazen, where one sits in stillness, focusing on the breath and letting go of distractions. This form of silence is not a passive act. It is an active engagement with one's own mind and environment. As the mind quiets, we begin to perceive the world more clearly, free from the judgments and labels we often place on our experiences. In this silence, we can encounter the world as it is, without distortion, without distraction, and without the noise of preconceived notions. Zen teachings emphasize that true silence is not merely the absence of sound, but the absence of inner chatter. It is about letting go of the constant stream of thoughts that perpetually occupy our minds. This is where the deep value of silence comes into play. In silence, we can observe our thoughts without becoming entangled in them. We can see our habitual patterns of thinking, the tendencies that drive our actions, and the underlying emotions that influence how we interact with the world. In this awareness, there is great potential for insight and transformation. One of the most profound lessons Zen offers is the idea that silence fosters mindfulness. Mindfulness, in its essence, is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment or distraction. In our busy lives, it is easy to get caught up in the past or future, but silence brings us back to the present. By cultivating silence, whether through meditation or simply by quieting the noise around us, we create a space where mindfulness can thrive. In Zen, the practice of mindfulness is not limited to sitting in a quiet room, but is something that can be applied to every aspect of life. Whether we're eating, walking, or washing dishes, each moment can be an opportunity to practice mindfulness. This is where silence becomes a tool for transformation. By learning to quiet the mind, we can engage more fully with whatever task is before us. In silence, we are not distracted by thoughts of what happened earlier or worries about what is to come. We are simply present, fully immersed in the task at hand. Silence also helps us become more attuned to the subtle cues of our environment. When we are constantly surrounded by noise, we become desensitized to the small, often overlooked details of life. The rustle of leaves in the wind, the sound of our breath, or the feeling of water as it runs over our hands. These moments pass unnoticed unless we are silent enough to be fully present. Silence, therefore, enhances our capacity to connect with the world on a deeper level, allowing us to appreciate the beauty and complexity that exists in each moment. Zen teachings hold that silence is not just a means to quiet the mind, but a way to touch the very nature of reality itself. In Zen, there is the concept of direct experience, a form of knowing that transcends intellectual understanding. To truly know something, according to Zen, we must experience it directly, without the interference of concepts or judgments. Silence provides the space for this direct experience to unfold. The nature of reality, in Zen terms, is not something that can be understood through intellectual reasoning alone. It is not a concept that can be grasped with the mind. Instead, reality is something that must be felt, experienced, and directly perceived. In silence, we can let go of the distractions and concepts that cloud our perception of the world. We can encounter reality as it is, fluid, impermanent, and interconnected. This direct perception is known as seeing things as they truly are. In this context, silence serves as a gateway to wisdom. It is through silence that we can awaken to the interconnectedness of all things and the impermanence of life. By letting go of the noise of our thoughts, we come into greater alignment with the natural flow of life. This aligns with the Zen understanding of non-duality, the realization that we are not separate from the world around us, but an integral part of it. In silence, we experience this unity, this oneness with all things. In today's fast-paced world, it may seem challenging to incorporate the Zen principle of silence into our daily lives. However, this is precisely where Zen's wisdom can be transformative. Silence, in its deeper sense, does not require a monastery or a remote mountain retreat. It can be cultivated in the midst of our everyday routines, no matter how hectic they may be. One simple way to bring more silence into your life is by practicing mindful breathing. Whether at work, during a commute, or at home, taking a few moments to focus on the breath can bring you back to the present moment and help clear the mental noise. By bringing your attention to the natural rhythm of your breath, you can quiet the inner chatter and create a sense of calm amidst the chaos. Another way to cultivate silence is by reducing the external noise around you. This could mean spending time away from technology, turning off your phone notifications, or creating moments of quiet in your day. Even if you can't eliminate all distractions, intentionally setting aside periods of time where you are free from external noise can create the conditions for deeper reflection and presence. Zen also encourages us to embrace the simplicity of life. In a world that constantly pushes for more possessions, more accomplishments, more stimulation, Zen teaches us to find contentment in simplicity. By quieting our desires and the constant push for more, we can begin to experience the beauty of the present moment. This does not mean withdrawing from the world or neglecting our responsibilities, but rather approaching life with a sense of balance and awareness. We can engage with the world, but without becoming overwhelmed by it. In addition to creating moments of physical silence, it is also essential to address the internal noise that often dominates our minds. This involves the practice of meditation, where we intentionally create space to observe our thoughts without getting caught up in them. By sitting in silence and allowing thoughts to arise and pass without attachment, we begin to cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness. This practice helps us break free from the habitual patterns of thinking that often drive our actions and reactions. Ultimately, the practice of silence in Zen is about creating space to be present, to listen, to observe, and to connect with the deeper aspects of our being and the world around us. It is about turning down the volume on the distractions of the world so that we can hear the quiet wisdom that resides within us in all things. In conclusion, silence, in the Zen tradition, is not simply the absence of noise, but a profound tool for cultivating awareness, insight, and connection with the nature of reality. Through silence, we learn to quiet the mind, be present in the moment, and perceive the world as it truly is. Whether through meditation, mindful breathing, or simply creating moments of stillness in our day-to-day lives, we can all benefit from incorporating the Zen principle of silence into our routines. As we navigate the noise and distractions of modern life, the teachings of Zen remind us that silence is not a luxury, but a necessity for deepening our awareness and understanding. It is in the quiet moments that we can hear the subtle truths of life, connect with our own inner wisdom, and experience the world in its most authentic form. If you found this exploration of Zen silence insightful and are eager to continue the journey, be sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Together, we'll uncover more spiritual practices and philosophies that can help bring deeper meaning and balance into our everyday lives. By subscribing, you'll be joining a community of like-minded individuals who are dedicated to living more mindfully, exploring deeper aspects of the human experience, and finding peace in the midst of modern life's challenges. Every video we share is designed to inspire, encourage, and support you on your personal journey of growth and transformation. Whether you're new to Zen practices or looking to deepen your understanding, there's always something for everyone in our unfolding exploration of mindful living. So, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's continue this journey together. Silence, awareness, and insight await us, step by step, moment by moment. Thank you for being part of the unfolding journey. We look forward to sharing this adventure with you.